Welcome to Center Hice Productions. It is August 22nd, 2023. Please hit the likes and subscribe. Be muchly appreciated. Let's try to get 150 likes. That would be muchly appreciated. And let's try to, I'm trying to hit at least to get to between 500 and 1,000 as a goal in likes. Anyway, or subscriptions. That would be great. Okay, so this episode came out of Quebec from a reporter from TVA Sports. As we all know, everybody's reporting it on every podcast, as I've seen a few of them. René Lavoie from TVA Sports reported that Logan Mailloux has gotten the green light to play for the Montreal Canadiens or for Laval. So approval set. So that's the report. I say that because until I know for sure, 100%, that it comes from a source like Kent Hughes, where I know for sure it's legitimate, I say it's being reported. So that's great news if that's the case. Bob Gainey's here with me too. He approves. And yeah, that's wonderful news. And, the kid was held out longer than he should have been anyway. Because for that Hockey Canada situation, if Gary Bettman's got a conscience, it was much worse than the situation of Logan Mailloux. And everybody deserves a second chance, in my opinion as well. So glad to hear the news. This is great for the Montreal Canadiens, great for Logan Mailloux. Unfortunately, I was, pretty insulted that a podcast last week reported that the conversation had happened with Bettman and Logan Mailloux, which was untrue. And yeah, I tend to want to say something when I see false reports. Unfortunately, that was a false, but many followers to the great guru, which I find very humorous. But a lot of false reports come out of there. Anywho, so I knew that was false because I had nobody and anybody from hockey sources was not confirming that there was a meeting with Logan Mailloux in July with Gary Bettman. And even when Kent Hughes made his, when questions were put to him, he made it very clear that it was the reply of they haven't crossed that road yet. The response, they're hoping to get a reply what Gary Bettman's decision is being. So in that press conference last week. So there was no confirmation that there was ever a meeting with Logan and Bettman. It sounded like there was a conversation with Hughes and Bettman. Either way, you're going to have podcasts that want to put out a lot of false information. So we won't do that. We will wait till it's actually there. And if something is questionable, I'll say it's being reported. So anyway, that's my clarity on that, and it's great news. And then I see, some others that make some comments that just aren't quite the case, and like to project themselves a little ahead of it, such as, there were some saying Allen would get traded. You knew very well all along that very clearly if there's a goaltender that's going to be traded, it's going to be DeSmith. And why is that? Use common sense. There was no press conference with him being welcomed to Montreal. Yes, he was told to hang tight, which gives you the clear notion that Hughes is trying to send him off. He's not going to send off the duo. I mean, you can't send Montembeault because Montembeault is the starter. And Jake Allen, if you even attempt it to do, no one's going to bite for Jake Allen at almost $4 million a season. So he's the more expensive goalie. That's not going to happen. Just use your common sense. That's too hard of a deal. Now, maybe you get that deal done by a trade deadline if if the value's up. Maybe. And I say maybe. And then I hear on another podcast today, when they were doing their report on Mailloux, they make the comment that they at least realized that DeSmith is the one that's going to be traded. However, I found it very humorous that the individual said a second or third round draft pick. Have you not followed hockey long enough? Do you know what DeSmith's level is? And you think we're going to get a second? And this is the problem with putting that out there on a podcast, trying to influence people. A second or third. This is what went wrong with the Petrie trade. The same thing, high expectations that are outlandish, but yet we get certain people who want to report things because it's their opinion instead of going with, let's just go with what is actually being reported. However, if you had common sense and you've seen the trades with goaltenders in the last couple of seasons, goalies do not carry the value of regular players. So that alone, and DeSmith is on the lower end of the totem pole. So with those combinations, there's no way in hell Montreal's getting a second or third round pick for Casey DeSmith. Be thankful if we get a seventh round, because that's pretty much what he's worth. Hate to say it, if Hughes can be genius enough to pull off a fifth or a sixth, I'd be blown away. Because if Jeff Petrie went for a fourth round, come on, there's way more value being given to players. So if he's only been given a fourth round, where do you get the Casey Smith is going to get you a second or third round? You must be on some damn good weed. That's all I can say. Because, man, I wish some of these little channels, I mean, I know I accept it. I'm a smaller channel. But I don't put out bullshit. Total bullshit. With a lack of using your knowledge, common sense. Come on. Stop trying to fill people with poison. And that's why I say to the viewer, start watching. Because some of these channels got pretty damn good following. One of them in particular that reported it last week about the Mayu meeting with, and he got it from Habs fanatics. What do you think? The rest of us didn't know where he got the information, so he wanted to look like the guru. Really? I know where the information came from. I looked it up on Google too. He got it from Hockey Fanatics, but that information was never ever confirmed. But he wanted to look like a genius, and that's called falsifying statements. And he gets off on that anyway. I've noticed that channel. But what a following that channel has. And it just tells you how many people are blinded to follow and support something like that. And it's shocking because you're getting false news. Watch what you're following. Watch what's coming out. Go with something that's got a little bit of integrity to it. Yes, I want the likes too. I want the subscriptions too, just like they do. But it's not about money to me. Whereas I can see with that individual it is. It's about the coin. No, integrity is a little more important to me. Yeah, I hope to someday get coin coming from this. But the integrity of what I'm putting out there is more important. And then, again, with some not even. If you don't know the value of a trade, shut your mouth. Because it's evident you ain't got common sense. But you want to put that out to project that out to the audience. Come on now. Let's get real and get off the cheap drugs. All right. With that being said, I want to thank you for following me. And as you could tell, I didn't name the channels. However, they know who they are. And I know they know who they are. And you know who they are if you just follow it. Like I say, you can go to last Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday and find a channel that put that news out there with a goaltender being on his clipboard. You know who I'm talking about, and he's got a great following. And I'm just sorry if that many people are brainwashed. It's pretty damn sad to follow something like that. Anyway, but then again, when you got to pump yourself up, that speaks volumes because you're insecure. And other than that, and then someone else not knowing values and just putting it out there. Come on, no wonder Montreal Canadiens fans get the wrong idea and get so damn disappointed because you ain't got the common sense to know what value to put on it, but you'll put out an opinion out there that is way out in left field. I won't do it. So, with that being said, that was your news. I don't know for sure if it's confirmed. I haven't seen anything come out of Hughes yet. I'm all looking forward to that, but it's been reported that my Hughes got the green light. So thank you for following me, and you will always get a news update or whatever we put on that's got integrity to it. And I hope you tell your friends and family and get, following this regularly. Leave your comments too. Tell me what you think about the reported Logan Mayu situation. Tell me what you think about Casey DeSmith's trade and the jokes of him being worth a second or third. I'm sure. I hope you don't think that he's worth that. Please don't be gullible. Let's talk about what he really is worth. Yeah, I'm sorry. He's a lower echelon goaltender. Not a knock against him. That's why he's making 1 point something million. He's not at the caliber, and goalies already don't carry a lot of trade value unless you're Carey Price at that level, and that's just Sturkin. Those guys, and they still don't get full value. So thank you for following me. Tell your friends and family, hit the likes, hit the subscribe, follow me, join me. Where's the puck drop first? Here at Center Hice. And we'll be here for you the next time something happens with the Habs because I do expect to hear something very minor on the D. Smith uh, front. But I'm very happy for the kid if this report today is true that my use because he deserves a second chance like we all do, right? Every last one of us. But if Gary Bettman wants to be a straight man, he's actually judged this player harsher than he's dealt with that Team Canada situation, which needs to be dealt with and should have been dealt with much harder than Mayu. So don't be a hypocrite, Bettman. All right? Let's get real. But I hope the news is true coming from Rennie Lebois from TVA Sports Quebec. Let's hope it's true. Let's hope it's a good source. Yeah, we will talk the next time, and we will. I'm sure we're going to hear some minor tweaks being done. And now we can get excited because boy is Habs camp creeping up on us. Thank you very much. Where's Puck Drop First? Here at Center Heist. You will always get an integral view and a truthful view of what's going on in Habland. Thank you for following. We'll catch you next time. Leave your comments. I read them. And hit the subscribes and hit the likes. God bless you. Until the next time.